So good morning, good evening, wherever we are all joining in from. Today is our 89th class, 89th week of Sri Lalitha class, Sahasranamam class for beginners. And we are today looking at the names for the yagams coming up for the 1000 days yagam. This week is for 615th to 621st names. Let us begin with our prayers. ज्ञानरूपाय विद्महे शक्तिअंशाय धीमहि तन्नो शक्तिअम्मा प्रचोदयात्। ॐ ज्ञानरूपाय विद्महे शक्तिअंशाय धीमहि तन्नो शक्तिअम्मा प्रचोदयात्। ॐ ज्ञानरूपाय विद्महे शक्तिअंशाय धीमहि तन्नो शक्तिअम्मा प्रचोदयात्। ॐ सर्वमङ्गलमाङ्गल्ये शिवे सर्वार्थसाधिके शरण्ये त्र्यम्बके गौरी नारायणी नमोऽस्तुते। ॐ सर्वमङ्गलमाङ्गल्ये शिवे सर्वार्थसाधिके शरण्ये त्र्यम्बके गौरी नारायणी नमोऽस्तुते। ॐ सर्वमङ्गलमाङ्गल्ये शिवे सर्वार्थसाधिके शरण्ये त्र्यम्बके गौरी नारायणी नमोऽस्तुते। ॐ गं गणपतये नमः। 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 ॐ सहना भवतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः। ध्यानम् सिन्दूरारुणविग्रहां त्रिनयनां माणिक्यमौलिस्फुरत्तारानायकशेखरां स्मितमुखीं मापीनवक्षोरुहां पाणिग्राहीं मणिभ्यामलिपूर्णरत्नचषकं रक्तोत्पलं बिभ्रति सौम्यां रत्नघटस्थरक्तचरणां ध्यायेत् परामम्बिकाम् ध्यायेत् पद्मासनस्थां विकसितवदनां पद्मपत्रायताक्षीं हेमाभां पीतवस्त्रां करकलितलसत् हेमपद्मां वराङ्गीं सर्वालङ्कारयुक्तां सततमभयतां भक्तनम्रां भवानीं श्रीविद्यां शान्तमूर्तिं सकलसुरनुतां सर्वसम्पत्प्रदात्रीं सकुङ्कुमविलेपनामलिकचुम्बिकस्तूरिकां समन्दहसितेक्षणां स्वचरचापपाशाङ्कुशाम् अशेषजनमोहिनीं अरुणमाल्यभूषोज्ज्वलां जपाकुसुमभासुरां जपविधौ स्मरेदम्बिकाम् अरुणां करुणातरङ्गिताक्षीं धृतपाशाङ्कुशपुष्पबाणचापाम् अणिमाधिभिरावृतामयूखैरहनित्येव विभावये महिषीम् ॐ ऐं ह्रीं श्रीं ॐ नमो नारायणे ॐ श्रीमात्रे नमः स्वाहा। Let us begin with Sri Lalitha's 615th name. Om Śreem ādiśaktyai namah swaha. Om Śreem ādiśaktyai namah swaha. Namah swaha. Om Śreem ādiśaktyai namah swaha. Namah swaha. Om Śreem ādiśaktyai namah swaha. Om Śreem ādiśaktyai namah swaha. Om Śreem. Salutations to Sri Lalitha, who is the primordial power. Adi means beginning. Whenever we are talking, there is this usage, Adi Antam. Adi is beginning, Antam is end. And when God is being described, it's like the one without Adi and Antam. So beyond beginning and beyond end. So that infinity of the divine and the ever-present. So when we say beginning and end, we are coming into the realm of something that starts, whatever starts, that ends. But the divine is beyond that. But as a description here, this primordial energy that is without beginning and end, to give us an idea, this is the first and foremost, This is the ādiśaktyai, that energy from which everything emanates in creation. She is the ādiśaktyai, the very, very primordial first one. And this first is not a beginning without end. This is a continuous, ever, always there. And we have also seen in an earlier name, 397, Moola Prakriti. Om Śreem Moola Prakriti namah swaha. Here it goes to that source, Moolam, that source, the beginning, the fundamental Prakriti for creation. So this ādiśaktyai, from her emanates, she is the Moola Prakriti, she is the one from which everything we've seen, heard, what we know, what we don't know, everything in creation is from her. And many of our bhajans and other usages you would have come across ādiśaktyai. Then we chant is Om Shakti, Om Shakti, Om Shakti, Om ādiśaktyai, Mahashakti, Parashakti, Om Om Shakti, Om Shakti, Om Shakti, Om ādiśaktyai, Mahashakti, Parashakti, Om. So in the beginning, there is no name. Even before Narayani came, even before the name Sri Lalitha Narayani came, even before the name Bala Tripura Sundari came, just that unqualified, like the Brahman, this unqualified Shakti, the ādiśaktyai is being referred to, and then the names manifest. Even though they are all names given to this ādiśaktyai. And when Mangala Narayani comes, or when we're coming for the full moon yaga, many times we chant this. So we are addressing this ādiśaktyai, Om Shakti. We are going to that primordial, that one source, that Shakti that it is. ādiśaktyai, the first, the primordial, the very beginning Shakti. Mahashakti, the most greatest, the biggest, the most grandeur, the Mahashakti. Parashakti, that is omnipresent, omniscient, that is everywhere. So for loss of words, for loss of description, just the simple usage of addressing that totality comes in. You know, like children say the simplest of things, and it encompasses all that. We as a children, we are trying to describe the undescribable. So we say, you are the most, the very beginning, you are the biggest, you are the everything, everywhere. So as simple as that, and as grand as, and all encompassing as that. She is the ādiśaktyai. And we would come across Adi in many other ways. Adinatha, referring to the divine, the first, the master, the first Lord, the very, very first, the primordial. Wherever it is the primordial, it is the Adi. And in some of the bhajans, we say, Adiyum niye amma, you are the beginning amma, antamum niye amma, you are also the end amma. So all the life, we start from her and we end in her. Her 616th name, Om Śreem amēyāyai namah swaha. Om Śreem amēyāyai namah swaha. Namah swaha. Om Śreem amēyāyai amēyāyai, namah swaha, namah swaha, Om Śreem amēyāyai, namah swaha, Om Śreem amēyāyai, namah swaha, Om Śreem. Salutations to Sri Lalitha, whose greatness is immeasurable. Who is immeasurable? Literally, it is who is immeasurable. We have seen again her 413th name. Om Śreem amēyāyai, namah swaha. She cannot be measured. She cannot be brought into any units for measurement. That the infinite, the omniscient, omnipresent, omnipotent cannot be measured. And when we come into measurement, we come into the realm of the mind, the logic, and all this, and she's beyond all this. She's beyond all measurements. And today there are other names, couple of other names who are reflecting the same thing. Will come to describe her immeasurable quality and how we are able to perceive it and connect with that which is beyond the scope of our mind. And yet she comes. Her 617th name, Om Śreem ātmanē, namah swaha, Om Śreem ātmanē, namah swaha, namah swaha, Om Śreem ātmanē, namah swaha, namah swaha, Om Śreem ātmanē, namah swaha, Om Śreem ātmanē, namah swaha, Om Śreem. Salutations to Sri Lalitha, who is the Atma. Here the Atma is the jeeva, the individual soul in every living being. So every life form, she is that life, that soul. And it says that all bodies of all the embodied souls are the forms of Devi. She is the Atman, and all the forms or bodies are her body. So as we progress closer to the divine, we become closer to that oneness that she is, because everything has come from her. So we start seeing everything as a form of Devi. We have during Navratri, the 9 days and the Dasara, the 10th day, Vijayadashmi, it's very, very special for the Cosmic Mother. The energies are aligned in such a way to harness her energy, to experience her energy more strongly this period of the year. And this tradition of inviting ladies to your home and offering them kumkum, each one, you see each one as the Devi herself. It is not your friend who's coming, it's not your relative who's coming. Each one who's coming to you is Devi herself, Sri Lalitha Narayani herself is coming to your home. You treat them like that, and offering kumkum and taking kumkum from them is such a great blessing. And it's a tradition followed in many, many parts of India. And this tradition of honoring the Devi. And as we begin to see her in everyone, it is not just the women, the men, other life forms, everything you start seeing like, oh, this is from her, and the life in this is her. And we start honoring every life because every life is from her. She is the Atman in everyone. Amma also says that there is only one soul, and that soul is the Shiva, she is the Shiva. And from that soul, like the drops of light, each spark of light that emanates from her in the creation is the aspect of that totality of the same fire that it came from, the spark it came from. So we all have her within us. And that is the potentiality of this human birth, to realize that, to be able to experience that and to become one with that, to manifest that. And Shiva is that one soul, and the life in each one is that the Shiva. She is that Atman. We are saying she and Shiva are one and the same, the potential and the kinetic. And she gives that soul to manifest. We saw earlier, like she's Guha Janma Bhuve. Each spark is that emanates from her is the Atma we just saw recently. And this Atman that has become individualized, these sparks, is embodied, and the body is needed for that. And the creation of all that, the expanse of all that is Vishwam. She is that Vishwam. Vishnu comes from that all pervading quality of hers is the Vishwam, is the Vishnu. And the soul, the Atman in each one of us, the Shiva in each one of us is her as the spark. So she is, we've seen Panchakritya Parayana, Panchapreda Sanasinayai. So Brahma, Vishnu, Rudra, Ishva, Sadashiva, all these forms are her qualities, different qualities that have taken on different roles for the sustenance, the creation, sustenance, dissolution, keeping things veiled, and then for the blessings, all these to happen. It is her, from her all these roles have manifested. She is the Shiva, the soul within each one of us, the Atman within one of us. She is the entirety in the creation, the Vishwam, the all-pervading, the Vishnu, it is her. All these attributes, aspects of Sri Lalitha. Her 618th name, Om Śreem paramāyai namah swaha. Om Śreem paramāyai namah swaha. Namah swaha. Om Śreem paramāyai namah swaha. Namah swaha. Om Śreem paramāyai namah swaha. Om Śreem paramāyai namah swaha. Om Śreem. Salutations to Sri Lalitha, who is the supreme in all the beings, in everything, not just beings, in entirety of creation, living, non-living. She is the para, the parama, the supreme. Since we are talking about Atma, she is the ātmanē, Atma. This can also mean she is the Paramātmā. She is that totality, the ultimate, that oneness of all the souls, the jeevatma and the Paramātmā. When we come into that oneness, like these are described as Advaita. Dvaita is two. Advaita is the negation of the two. She is that totality, that one absolute. And those who can experience that Advaita, essence of Advaita, they cannot differentiate between me and you and everything. They see the totality of the Brahman, that she is in everything. Everything is Brahman. We saw earlier in the name, Kita Brahma, from Brahma, the creation of Brahma, to even the smallest of the worm, the insect, the tiny worm, she is the creator. And in Advaita, the essence of those who are walking the path of Advaita, there is no two, there is no me, there is no you, everything is just the divine. I'm the divine, you're the divine, everything in that creation is the divine, and it is not a mental state, it is a soul state. So the mind can play tricks when we say, I'm the divine, so you can take extra special perks for yourself, thinking, oh, I'm divine, I can do it. But there is no such differentiation. When you come from the soul, you treat yourself just as like you would treat the other, and you treat the other just as you would treat the self, because you're treating the divine here and you're interacting with the divine there, with that honor, with that reverence, with that devotion. It is not the logic, but it is from that love of the soul that emanates, and you see everything in creation as one, Advaita. And in Dvaita, which is the two, which most of us can relate to, and of course many who are not in the path cannot even relate to Advaita, because there is no entity of God in their realm of existence. So when we can understand creation, we can understand there is a source to this creation, that is that supreme love, and that intelligence, everything is coming from her, that ādiśaktyai of us. Then you cannot but help admire that, worship that, honor that. You go see an artist's creation. Could be a painting, it could be a sculpture, it could be a creation of a song, it could be your favorite music band, it could be your garden, your flower. When you see the beauty, that excellence in that, you automatically love it and you kind of surrender to that beauty. It is inherent. So when we have those who have not thought about that entirety of creation, their life consists of just their mere existence, their mind hasn't come to to even think about the entirety of the creation and what is the capacity, all the things in it. They cannot relate to or honor that divine. So the divine doesn't exist in that realm till that, like the eye opening, the heart opens, and then you can relate to, oh wow, this is being created, oh this is in existence, and you honor it. But for those in the duality, there is the divine, there is me, there is all these in creation. And to see that, and then to transcend from that to say, this is the Paramātmā, this is that oneness, and we are all like little droplets reflecting, like they often say, the sunlight, when it falls on drops of water, it seems like so many suns are individually present. It's like that. Each soul is like that individual aspect of that one same Atma. So when we go closer and closer to each being, you see that oneness everywhere, till then the mind and the compartments, all the diversifications, our mind is more trained to see that way. When we are trained to see from the heart than from the mind, then we are able to see the oneness, and the soul connects because it is the same one soul, and she is the Paramātmā that encompasses all the souls. That one soul that is in, with a part of that is in every soul, and that part is not just one aspect like the color, it has the totality of that. It is a complete, even that spark of that fire is just, it represents the entirety of that fire. And this para can mean the best in everything. She is like the paramam, the ultimate, the best in whatever is also parama. Another meaning for this could be paras, that is Shiva. Parasma is like she is the Mahishi, the consort, the lord of Shiva. Shiva is one half and Shakti is the other half in the Ardhanarishvara. She is the potential, she is the kinetic, she is the feminine, she is the masculine. That she is the Shiva's Parasma. She is the Mahishi, that is, she is one of part of Shiva. She reigns, rules, and she is herself the Shiva. Another interpretation for this could be Parama. Parama can mean far away, and she is very far away for those without devotion. So she's not in their realm, so they are very far away from the divine. Those who don't have the devotion for the totality of the creation, that reverence for the Creator. This Creator is without name, without form, and to understand we are bringing that totality into the realm of name and form. But to honor that for this creation, that brings in a certain quality within each one of us to even to grapple that there is this creation, to honor that creation, to love this creation, and to honor this Parama, that she is that the best, the totality, that oneness, Paramātmā. The 619th name, Om Śreem pāvan'ākr tayē namah swaha. Om Śreem pāvan'ākr tayē namah swaha. Om Śreem pāvan'ākr tayē namah swaha. Namah swaha. Om Śreem pāvan'ākr tayē namah swaha. Namah swaha. Om Śreem pāvan'ākr tayē namah swaha. Om Śreem pāvan'ākr tayē namah swaha. Om Śreem. Salutations to Sri Lalitha, whose form is holy and sanctifying. So pāvana is pure. It is not to be confused with pavam, which is sin. This pāvana is purity. It is untouched purity, unblemished. It's so pure. and it holds everything, this purity, everything is in this pāvanā, that she is the purity. It doesn't reject anything and yet it remains untouched. She is all of that, everything is contained in her and all of that, and she is beyond that. She is untouched by her creation. She is part of it, and all the things we see in creation, all the things that we go through in life, she provides a space, this, like the movie Śreem, the screen, she provides it there, but she remains untouched by that. She is so pure. And she purifies us as we go to her. In that process, each one of us gets purified in that process. And she does that pāvanam, that is the act of purifying us, that is her nature. It is a great blessing that she gives. So all the maya, the veils, the panchakoshas, all these vasanas, all the different layers in the creation we saw in the tattvas, as we go closer, as we shed, we rise beyond these tattvas, we merge into it, we honor it, and we go beyond to go to her. That purity has to come within each one of us to go back to the source, and it is through her grace that this happens. We have seen, it is said that penance and knowledge are the means of purifying the soul. Knowledge purifies the intellect. We need the mind, we need the intellect because it is a precious tool. We need the body because this is a very precious tool. All these are gifts given to us in this journey for the soul to go back to the source. So we honor this intellect, we honor this body, we honor all these because they are precious. We honor the food we have, all the things that are given to us. We honor it because it is a gift that creation has given us, offering to us in this journey of this potential journey of going back to her. She is the, we see Punya Shravana Kirtana, we saw. She is Punya Kirti, Punya Labhya, Punya Shravana Kirtana. So just, it is great merit to just hear about her, to sing about her, the bhajans, to think about the divine. It is a great blessing to come into the thought, the realm, the capacity, the potential of the divine. And that itself started the process of the purification, of shedding all these different layers, the veils, and as we clear the veil after veil after veil, we are going closer and closer to the source, which is only with her grace. She is the pāvan'ākr. She does that krita, the action, the kriya. Her actions, her blessings, her grace flows for this to happen, to purify us. The 620th name, Om Śreem anēka kōṭi brahmāṇḍa jananyai namah swaha. Om Śreem anēka kōṭi brahmāṇḍa anēka kōṭi brahmāṇḍa jananyai namah swaha. Om Śreem anēka kōṭi brahmāṇḍa anēka kōṭi brahmāṇḍa jananyai namah swaha. Om Śreem anēka kōṭi brahmāṇḍa jananyai namah swaha. Om Śreem anēka kōṭi brahmāṇḍa jananyai namah swaha. Om Śreem. Salutations to Sri Lalitha, who has given birth to crores and crores of world systems. And we've seen that also earlier in her other names. Anēka means like eka, everything there. Kōṭi is millions and millions and millions. Brahmāṇḍa. Brahmāṇḍa is that huge. It refers to the universe. Brahmāṇḍam literally means Brahma, that Brahman, that creation is Andam. Andam literally means egg. So the description of the entire universe is like that huge egg, the Brahmāṇḍam. And kōṭi. So there are like millions and millions and billions and trillions of these universes, Brahmāṇḍam. There are so many, like we call, say, multiverse. There are like, that is like the mind that cannot comprehend is trying to explain and bring into the realm of understanding how vast is this universe and all these millions of universes that are there. And Janani is one who gives birth. From her, Janma is the birth, life. Janani is another beautiful name of Narayani, because she's the cosmic mother from which everything is born. Anēka kōṭi brahmāṇḍa, the Janani, she has given birth to all these millions and zillions of universes, Brahmāṇḍam. She is the mother who has given birth to all this. Anēka kōṭi brahmāṇḍa is describing so many millions of universes. Janani, the one you have given birth to all this. So we are singing her praise in that name. And so these namahs have captured the essence of the universe. And I've come across some really deep scientists who've committed their life to research on this universe and all that. And they're talking about the possibility of the egg like an andam. So they're saying it's like a balloon and it's like that. So the depths that are ingrained in these concepts are like beyond our human time. So it's from there and it's been captured. And these are like the Vagdevis have written it there in that realm. What we hear from the seers in the deep stillness, silence, they can tune into what is there in creation. So they can see, they can experience, they can hear what exists beyond what we know today. So they've captured it, and a lot of these, we come across these in the profound names of the divine, in the Vedas, and in all the sacred scriptures. We get a statement of this like taken for granted. This is how it is, and people understood it. Now we are trying to understand it in the scientific realm, and some we are able to bring into our current realm. Some are like it is a possibility, and there are still like the science, the current science needs to find more to make this proof. But for the seers and who've been there, who've written it down for us, who've given it to us, they have seen and experienced it. So we are getting glimpses of that, what our little capacity can comprehend. And again, her next name, the 621st name, flows with bringing all this. We saw that she is Parama, she is that totality of the Atma. She is the immeasurable, she is amēyāyai. So she's amēyāyai, namah, swaha. She cannot be measured. So when we are talking about anēka, kōṭi, brahmāṇḍam, it's like so many galaxies. We don't know how many galaxies there are. What we know is one Milky Way, and that is itself mind-boggling for us. And there are more and more galaxies. And in her realm, it is one, two is no number. When you're talking of infinity, millions, billions, trillions, they're also just numbers. And she's beyond that. She's going into infinity in that level. So she's immeasurable when you're looking at the vast expanse of her creation. And she has make a kōṭi brahmāṇḍas, millions and millions, and that is only for our comprehension. And this being cannot be measured. It's beyond measurement. And yet the name 621st name, we see her so beautifully given in this name. Om Śreem Divya Vigrahayai namah swaha. 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 Om Śreem. Salutations to Sri Lalitha, who has an extremely beautiful divine form. Divya is very beautiful. Vigraham, like we say the murtis in the temple, we call them Vigraham. The statues, the idols are called Vigraham. She's the most beautiful, and it represents the form. Like we say the divine, we can access the divine through yantra, mantra, tantra. So the mantra form is the formless, just the sound form. The yantra form of her is that sacred geometry in creation. And the tantra form is where all the murti and all the rituals we see and do, all these forms, the murti form is the vigraham form, the idol form. Those souls that have journeyed very close to her, the mantra form is enough to connect them to the divine. And a bit more, if you haven't come to that level, you need some form to identify the divine with. The yantra form, the sacred geometry, you can see her creation and the way the energies, the frequencies fall, the patterns, and you see her in each of these yantras, and you can see the divine in these sacred geometries. So the yantra is her form. And more grosser for minds that have difficulty to perceive the divine through the sound, to perceive the divine, experience the divine through the yantra, she offers herself in the form, the vigraha form that the mind can relate to, because this is the journey of the mind back to the heart. We started from the heart, we come to the mind, and it's the journey back to the heart. And the mind needs something to hold on to. If it's airy-fairy, it's not something that mind can relate to. She comes, her grace, Amma often, Sri Shakti often quotes from this very well-known Tamil poetry songs on the Cosmic Mother, Narayani as Abhirami, and this devotee is called Abhirami Bhatta. He sings on her, and each verse is all the Vedas condensed into each of these verses. You would hear it sometimes after, mostly in Sri Bhavan, when Amma, after Mangala Narayani Abhishekam, when we are waiting for Tirtham, sometimes Abhirami Bhatta's, it's called Abhirami Andadi. We mentioned this earlier. So Anda Adi. So we saw earlier Adi Antam, here Anta Adi. So it's Antam is end, Adi is the beginning. So the first word's ending, the last word of the verse is the beginning, the first word of the next verse. So it's called Andadi. So it is poetical. So we saw earlier the name, just last week, Kavya Lapha Vinodinyai. She rejoices in that poetical, those monumental works where poetry, the works just flow out. This Abhirami Andadi is that description, that the devotion pouring out on describing the divine. And in that, Abhirami Bhattar in Abhirami Andadi, in Tamil, it's all poetically described. There are so many sacred scriptures in all these languages that outpour the devotion and outpouring of the description of the divine, and these help us to connect, for the mind to grasp that infinite, nameless, formless into its capacity. And Abhirami Bhattar sings on her, he says, you who are like pervading in the Veli. Veli means the space, the entire space, the Akasha, the entire Akasha. She's beyond also the Akasha. The Panchabhutas are from her. So when we see the Tattvas, the creation, from the Shiva to all the creations that started in the subtle realm, then into the gross realm. So we are looking at the Panchabhuta. She's even beyond the Panchabhutas, because Panchabhutas have emanated from her. So for our understanding, we cannot see beyond the Panchabhutas because we are in the realm of Panchabhutas. Saying, you pervade, you are here in all the Panchabhutas, you manifest as the Panchabhutas, my dear mother. And this vastness that you are, out of your compassion, it is the greatest of miracle that you have taken a small form that my mind is able to perceive. You have fitted yourself into the capacity of my intelligence. You are beyond my intelligence, you are beyond whatever my mind can grasp. And out of your compassion, out of this is a great miracle that you have condensed yourself into this form that this little mind, this little intellect can grasp. And this is the Divya Vigraha. She has that beauty of hers that is nameless, formless, eternal, all pervading, that compassionate, the soul of all in all the souls combined. She is ātmanē, paramātmane, everything. And she has taken the form of this beautiful form for us to have this bliss, this experience, to have this joyful journey. That's why the path of devotion, Amma again always says, among all the paths, there is the path of the seeker, we have the bhakti marga, jnana marga, the path of analysis, the scientific realm. After a certain point, you can analyze with your intellect, your perseverance, me, I do, you can persevere. The tapas, It is also a path, but it's a very tough path. You're relying on your own intelligence at some point, even in the the Bhakti Marga, Jnana Marga. There comes a point, those who walk the path say, you have to drop that effort, you have to drop that mind, because the mind has helped you thus far. You have to let go of the mind to finally merge into the totality. And in the Bhakti Marga, right from the first day, this devotion, each moment, every step, every path of that, you're with the divine. And it is, even if the troubles and turbulences, the roller coasters of life come through, the devotion carries you through this. The path of devotion, the Bhakti Marga, is a beautiful and easiest path. I'm always says, those who don't want to come into the realm of the divine, who say, I don't want to deal with the divine, is also accepted, because the life is there, the life has its journey. Karma Marga. You have your work, you focus on your work is your worship. It doesn't matter whether there is a divine or there is no divine, it is irrelevant for you, and the divine is fine with that. If you worship your work is worship. That is your worship for the divine. That is Karma Marga. The Yoga Marga, all these paths are all her paths, all the rivers leading to her, the ocean that she is. And she, for the Bhakti Marga who can relate to her form, she has taken this beautiful form, that omniscient, omnipresent totality has taken this beautiful form that we can relate to. If you have seen Mangala Narayani, many of us have, for those who haven't, or any form of the divine you're worshipping, or you've seen in temples or even in your altar, relating to that small form, Divya Vigraha, that form of us, beautiful form of us. It could be in the male form, it could be in the female form, it is all in her realm of creation. That is a representation to our mind of the totality that she is. Anēka, kōṭi, brahmāṇḍa, jananyai. That cosmic mother who has created is contained in that little form. Just like we have the soul that has the potential totality of her in the entirety of creation, this little form of hers, that Divya Vigraha of hers, has the entirety of that in this form. And it is a great blessing to be in this path of Bhakti Marga. Namah says it is the divine's blessing again to be able to develop, have that love for the divine. And let us pray for more to come to this path, a beautiful path and an easy path. And there is another interpretation to the Divya Vigraha. Divya can mean space, another meaning, and Vigraha can mean a war, a yuddha. So it is said that in Devi Mahatmya, there's a description that the cosmic mother, she ascends into space and she is slaying different asuras. We saw the slaying of Bandasura. And in that process, there is Shumba Nishumba, Shumba Asura, Shumba Asuran. She fights with this Asuran because these Asuras also are very powerful. They have that aspect of the divine qualities in them, but that is kind of twisted for personal use. The ego is come in the way. It is not the pure soul. The soul, is with all its qualities, good qualities of the divine, is mixed with the strong ego that is twisted it into the asuric form. So they are fighting in space. This war is in space. So she is like in the space, Divya Vigraha. So she is, this war is happening not on earth, but up in the sky, in the space. Let us chant and offer our mantras to Sri Lalitha Narayani for this upcoming week. ॐ ज्ञानरूपाय विद्महे शक्तियंसाय धीमहि तन्नो शक्तियम्मा प्रचोदयात्। ॐ सर्वमङ्गलमाङ्गल्ये शिवे सर्वार्थसाधिके शरण्ये त्र्यम्बके गौरी नारायणी नमोऽस्तुते। ॐ श्रीं श्रीमात्रे नमः स्वाहा। ॐ श्रीं श्रीमात्रे नमः स्वाहा। ॐ श्रीं श्रीमात्रे नमः स्वाहा। ॐ श्रीं ādiśaktyai नमः स्वाहा। ॐ श्रीं ādiśaktyai नमः स्वाहा। ॐ श्रीं ādiśaktyai नमः स्वाहा। ॐ श्रीं amēyāyai नमः स्वाहा। ॐ श्रीं amēyāyai नमः स्वाहा। ॐ श्रीं amēyāyai नमः स्वाहा। ॐ श्रीं ātmanē नमः स्वाहा। ॐ श्रीं ātmanē नमः स्वाहा। ॐ श्रीं ātmanē नमः स्वाहा। ॐ श्रीं paramāyai नमः स्वाहा। ॐ श्रीं paramāyai नमः स्वाहा। ॐ श्रीं paramāyai नमः स्वाहा। ॐ श्रीं pāvan'ākr नमः स्वाहा। ॐ श्रीं pāvan'ākr नमः स्वाहा। ॐ श्रीं pāvan'ākr नमः स्वाहा। ॐ श्रीं anēka kōṭi brahmāṇḍ jananyai नमः स्वाहा। ॐ श्रीं anēka kōṭi brahmāṇḍ jananyai नमः स्वाहा। ॐ श्रीं anēka kōṭi brahmāṇḍ jananyai नमः स्वाहा। ॐ श्रीं दिव्य विग्रहायै नमः स्वाहा। ॐ श्रीं दिव्यविग्रहायै नमः स्वाहा ॐ श्रीं दिव्यविग्रहायै नमः स्वाहा ॐ नमो नारायणे नमः स्वाहा ॐ नमो नारायणे नमः स्वाहा ॐ नमो नारायणे नमः स्वाहा ॐ नमो नारायणे. Let us offer our chantings, our prayers to Sri Lalitha Narayani, seeking her blessings, her grace for all of humanity, all the beings to be in this realm, walk this realm of spirituality, to gain this wisdom, live this wisdom of dharma, dhanam, karma, become fit and receive this gift of devotion from the divine, to connect with the divine, to connect with her within us, to connect with her within each other, to connect with the divine in the whole of the creation, and to always be in the state of all the soul qualities of wisdom, peace, love, laughter, joy, bliss, abundance, generosity, contentment, compassion, honoring of all life forms, forgiveness, gratitude, devotion, purity, patience, integrity, sincerity, ātma-balam, health, strength, harmony, the soul strength, all the soul qualities by the grace and blessings of Sri Lalitha Narayani, by the grace and blessings of Sri Shakti Amma Narayani. Om Namo Narayana. Are there any questions? If there are no questions, we can end the recording.